cultural nuances kind of set in, and I felt very divided between two cultures. Do I be Bangladeshi? Do I be Canadian? Who am I?
Good afternoon, good day, everyone. This is Moji Taiwo coming to you from the Immigrant Experience Show. I am the host and also an author of I Give Because I'm Blessed Because I Give, a chronicle of an immigrant's journey. So this show, the Immigrant Experience Show, is a continuation of that journey. So on this show, we talk about people to share their experiences in challenges, their successes, and every little neat bit that they can give to us immigrants to continue to successfully live in Canada. So today I have with me two beautiful sisters, Raidah Noshin, right?
Yes.
Raidah Noshin.
Thank
from
you. Bangladesh.
Okay, and I have Bola Abe from
Nigeria.
So, Raidah, tell us a little bit about your journey into Canada.
For sure. So I immigrated from Bangladesh with my parents at age 9. So I've been living in Canada for almost 20 years. At first, it was an exciting event. As a child, that's all you hope for with your family. As I was growing up, though, that's when the cultural nuances kind of set in, and I felt very divided between two cultures. Do I be Bangladeshi? Do I be Canadian? Who am I? So that identity crisis, I really feel, kind of has an impact on you for the rest of your life. Although I will say, growing up, it was hard, but right now I am at a place where I'm starting to realize that it's a blessing to be part of, what a blessing and what a gift to be part of these both beautiful cultures. And I can really say that I'm really proud to be part Canadian and part Bangladeshi.
Thank you, Raidah. You touched base on the being torn between the two cultures. And as a young person, the view you had at the time is quite different than your perspectives now. So it's something we have to explore with you more later on.
For sure.
And Bola, your journey.
So I came here, I was a teenager when I came here. I immigrated as a student to study at University of Saskatchewan. I did experience a lot of culture shock. I think one of the things that I experienced was the fact that I was derouted when I was coming to Canada, which was a very big and bad experience for me.
Did you say you were deported?
Well, actually, I was derouted, which means that I wasn't deported. I was sent back home without having that deportation stamp on my passport. But I did go through a lot with custom and immigration, which I guess it's a big experience. But even when I got here as a student, I did experience a lot of cultural shock. I experienced a lot of racism and discrimination. I was the only black student in my old faculty, so you can imagine what I went through. I experienced a lot of, non-acceptance, unhappiness. I was asked different questions like, where are you from? Do you speak English in your country? And so I was thrown between two worlds as well. Like I had my own culture, but this culture I got into was like they were not accepting me. So this was one of the, the journeys that I faced.
The challenges you faced.
The challenges, yeah.
So how did you overcome some of those? Because I know for a fact that the experiences will never go away. But how did you adjust?
So the way I adjusted is, first of all, we had a Nigerian community there, which kind of made me feel at home. But it just took me one day to decide that I wasn't going to live my life this way, and I was here for a purpose. And so I had to pursue that purpose. So after I graduated, I did graduate. And after I graduated, I got married, and then I decided that I wanted to further my education. I'm very passionate about what I do right now, and so I went through the hurdles, and I decided, I think the main thing was I was determined. And so that determination led me to where I am today.
Which is?
I'm a social worker.
Thank you. And Raidah, where are you today?
just like Bola said, I am also a social worker. I just graduated from the Master of Social Work program from the University of Calgary during a pandemic, no doubt. I'm really proud of my education, the support that I've gotten from my parents and peers to have led me here today.
And you are giving back to the community in which way?
By being a social worker, by being a volunteer, by being a community organizer. And just to reiterate my point about being torn between the two cultures is that's how I can give back. Because I have that lived experience of what I went through, now I can help other immigrant kids and other immigrants who are coming new to the country to provide that professional and lived experience perspectives to our community, because we want to see our communities thrive and be as welcome as possible.
Thank you. So, in a nutshell, what we've heard is that there are challenges, but those challenges should not define us. We should find determination and we should find resources to offset those challenges. As somebody who came here young too and raised my children here, my children were born here, I can attest to the fact that they went through the same challenges of being the only black kids in school or in class. And Bola, you have kids right now that might be going through a few of those challenges, although their experiences may be different than my kids.
Yeah, they were born here, so obviously their experiences will be different. Even though they're Nigerians, they're Canadians, so they're torn between those two worlds. Like outside, they're hearing something different. At home, they're hearing something different. So it's a challenge for them to decide who they are, their identity, who really they are. And sometimes I actually try to explain to them who they are, like their culture, not to forget their culture, but they're also in Canada, but at the same time, their culture matters to them. So these are some of the challenges they face: their identity, who they have to please, what place they have to place themselves, because the outside world is telling them to be this, and their culture is telling them to be that. Yeah.
So we will have to get somebody like Raidah, who's gone through both, to explain to them that they are actually in a good position. They are blessed because they have two cultures to draw from. So thank you so very much, Raidah and Bola, for joining us today. So our tidbits today is, do you know that Alberta shares 9.6% of the total number of new immigrants in the last fourth quarter of 2020 compared to 12.3 in 2019. So we can blame that maybe on pandemic or whatever, but that's the statistics, and that's our tidbit for you today. Thank you for watching, and hope you subscribe, like us, and share.